The new bundle maker for Clash of Clans was an idea that I pitched to Supercell, and they've actually made it. Kind of. Let me explain how the bundle maker works and how it's advantageous to us, but then how I would like to see this expanded, what I actually suggested to the team. When you go to store.supercell.com under the Clash of Clans section, scrolling down will be the bundle maker. I am going to create a bundle right now and then generate a link so that you can purchase the same bundle, because this is the first iteration of the bundle maker, so it is being tested only with creators. However, this will expand to all players in the future. So you can notice for this one, we have the first item being locked as a book of everything. So you are always going to get that in this bundle. However, when we click the first plus button, there is a few items to choose from. Now, if I am setting up this bundle for you to get the best value, and I will pop the link in the description and the pinned comment, but I'm not going to select the clock tower potions because that's builder base. When it comes to wall rings, that is purely resources. You can farm that. So the books are the best value. When you look at gems from the trader shop, a book of heroes is only 500, whereas the other ones are more expensive. And I'm actually going to select the book of building because I feel we've had a lot of defensive upgrades recently. So let's select that. Moving down to the next one, though, we get a totally different set of items. This time, we have to select some potions. Again, I am going to explain after this where I would like to see this expanded. But looking at the potions here, again, I'm not going to select the Builder Star Jar. The Power Potion and the Hero Potion, they are just temporary boosts. They don't actually help with progression, so I'm not going to select those. Resource Potion, you can just farm. And this is where the idea of the bundle maker came from, because often when I purchase items in the shop, there are some good value items, but often I am lumped with potions that, to be honest, I just don't need, and I feel like I'm buying without actually wanting them. So for me, the only two items I would want for progression in here are the Builder Potion and the Research Potion. Now, you only get one Builder Potion, but you get 3 Research Potions, and across varying Town Hall levels, the lab does tend to be a bit of a bottleneck, so I'm actually going to select the Research Potions for me in my Judo Sloth Bundle here. For the last item, we have 2 runes, a Pet Potion. I'm not going to select that. We've got some resources, which could be good for lower Town Hall levels, but you've got to remember, should I select the 10 million gold? That is not far off 1/3 of a rune. So clearly the runes are better for higher Town Hall levels. We do have the Book of Heroes. Now again, you can just farm resources. Time tends to be a big bottleneck, so many players might select the Book of Heroes. When it comes to gem value in the trader shop, a Book of Heroes is 500 gems, whereas the runes are 1,000. And remember, when you purchase any items with money, they do overstack your magic items. So then when it comes to an update, you can just gem things straight away should you have the runes. So I am actually going to select one of the runes here. I think you could argue a book is better. And I'm going to go with the Rune of Gold because I feel like the defensive upgrades are where you need a lot more gold. The elixir you end up just putting into walls in the end anyway, and you could use the Rune of Gold for that if you wished. So this is my bundle, and you will notice that it is $9.99, and that's why there is pre-selected items in there. I am going to copy the bundle link, pop that in the description and the pinned comment so that you could purchase this exact bundle. And I am actually going to purchase it right now so that you can see it in action as well. I do have code JUDO entered. That is a way you can support my channel. We get a small kickback at no extra cost to you, so it's very much appreciated. And on the Supercell store, you earn extra items for making purchases over there. And the price is exactly the same on the store as it is in-game. And you also get these Supercell ID reward points, which you can exchange for other magic items or even sceneries, decorations, etc. Let's go ahead and purchase that before I explain why I think this is helpful for players and what I actually pitched to the team. So you will notice I have 86 research potions, 84 Book of Everything, 23 Rune of Gold. But again, when you make purchases, they do overstack. So with that now going through on the Supercell store, there we go. Instantly delivered, Rune of Gold, as part of the Make It, Take It, Book of Building, Book of Everything, and my Research Potion. Beautiful. There is my items all received. So now let's talk about why I think this is going to be really helpful and where I would like to see it taken. Again, just to reiterate, it is only being trialed right now, so that's why you will not see it on the Supercell store unless you use the link of the bundle that I have created for you. But in the future, they will be expanding this, and you can for sure share your feedback in the comments below as well. Did I cook with this idea or did I not? So essentially, I alluded to it a little bit there earlier in that I purchase a lot of special offers, whether it be on my main account for when I gem my base to max, or even on some of my other accounts that I create content on as well. And seemingly, you know, the special offers in the shop, that's where you get the best value. So that's where majority of players, if they are going to spend money, yes, gold pass and event pass aside, that's where you would make the purchases. But often you get stuck with items that you don't really need. For example, if my defenses are heavily upgraded, but I have neglected my heroes because I don't want to upgrade them since I don't then get to use them in war, etc. But maybe the heroes are something that I really need to catch up on. And unless those special offers come up into the shop, well, then they're not necessarily the best value for me individually. And Clash of Clans is a strategy game. There is a lot of strategy involved with how you upgrade your base and the route that you want to take. Yes, attacking and defending, there's a lot of strategy there, but there's also strategy in your upgrades. And I wanted to see that as part of special offers, where I could choose how to get the value. So again, if I do not care about power potions or hero potions, they are temporary boosts. I want to maximize my value in terms of money spent to progressing my account. And that's where sometimes there is a really good offer where I get a Book of Everything or a Rune of Dark Elixir alongside it, and then like hero potions, which doesn't actually propel my account. And I feel like I am having to buy them even though they're not necessarily the best value for me. They might be for someone else, but they're not for me. So I would love to be able to customize that. Hence where the idea of the bundle maker came from. Now, I understand that they are just testing this at the moment, and this is the first iteration of it. That's why there is a bit of limitation in there is one locked item, and then the other ones are just pre-selected items that you choose from, which, don't get me wrong, is way better than what we have right now. I love the fact that I can choose which potion I want. I'm not stuck with a particular one. And I understand where they didn't want to complicate this and just have one price. So in this example, it is $9.99 Great British Pounds for me. Presumably it's just $10. It's normally a direct crossover. It does keep it simple. But the idea that I actually pitched to Supercell was, let me create whatever I want. And the price would scale. I don't get to choose the price. You know, they could certainly do that. But let's say I need 3 or 4 builder potions. Well, then I could select that, and maybe that is only $1. Normally we do get an offer for a few potions for literally $1. Well then, cool. If that's what I want, let me purchase that. If I really want to upgrade my heroes, and I want 5 Runes of Dark Elixir, 5 Book of Heroes, whatever else it is I need to upgrade my base, let me select that in the bundle maker, and yes, the price would scale up based on what it is I am adding to the bundle. I'd like to think, just like regular special offers, the more that I purchase, the better value I would get, but it means that I can be strategic in the items I want to purchase. What I said to the team at the time was you would have to have some sort of limit so as not to just break the economy of the game. Maybe this is something where once per month, I could make my own bundle, and that was it. Therefore, they would still be able to provide value in other special offers, or you couldn't just literally used the special offers and then there's never any need for gems in the game. You get the point. They would have to balance the game economy, but if I want to buy with money 5 runes of Dark Elixir, then let me. Perhaps they would put an upper limit on it. Let's say even if the bundle went from $1 to $100. Often when there is an update, we do see $99.99 offers within the shop. Let me just add whichever items I want, and the price would just go up over based on that. Yes, there would have to be a lot of equations so that as you are adding items, it would move up over, but essentially that's what they have for the special offers right now anyway. To me, I just wanted to assure that if I am spending money on these special offers, I could really tailor it to what it is that I need on my account, and people could be really strategic and they know they're getting the maximum value. They're not purchasing special offers where they get some potions or something like that where they're like, oh, I don't necessarily need that, but this special offer does give me good value. You could literally maximize the value on what you wanted. Obviously, I do think it's a good idea that you could just let someone else create a generic value bundle for you like I did here, and then you can copy the link in order to purchase that. They would have to figure out a lot of things like how often you could purchase that bundle. I think once a month would be good, where you could tailor things however you want. But I'm curious as to whether you think they should just let the price scale as what I initially pitched, or whether you think a predetermined price like this, but offering more variety, is better. In fact, when I did pitch this to Supercell, Itsu was there as well in the conversation, and he brought up the topic of skins. I was very much thinking of this of progression of my account. I have a lot of my videos in the 100-day series where I'm really focusing on like progressing as much as I can, and that's where I got this idea from. But I do also think they could extend this into cosmetics, absolutely, whereby, and at that point, you don't even need a 1 month limit where it wouldn't break the economy, right? Like, you could just let me create a bundle of skins whereby it doesn't even have to be an entire set. Maybe my favorite king skin is the Magic King. Then I want the Lunar New Year Queen skin, the Party Warden, General Minion Prince, and Winter Royal Champion. I could stick all of them in a bundle and I get a discount for purchasing them all at the same time. You could do that with sceneries. Maybe even what Itsu suggested was extend that to creators, where I basically create what is my favorite cosmetics, and people can then purchase the Judo Sloth hero skin set, right? Like, I think the more options we can have in this bundle maker would really help to extend it to the next level. But I am super happy that they have at least taken this idea and offered us a little bit more variety. Yes, it is a Supercell store exclusive. That is fine in my opinion. They do want things that are going to encourage people to go to the Supercell store. Important message, it is store.supercell.com. That is it. There is no other website. Do not get tricked into any of these websites pretending to be the Supercell store. That is the link. It will always be it. Whenever you are going to a Supercell site, it is supercell.com. That is the bundle maker in a nutshell. Again, I will pop the link to the bundle that I have generated so that you can purchase it as well. It is in the description of this video and it will be in the pinned comment. When you do go to that bundle link, actually, it will automatically input code JUDO, so I much appreciate that. But if ever you are purchasing anything within Supercell games or any of the other Supercell stores, the code works across all Supercell games and it is very much appreciated for the support. Let me know what you think of the bundle maker, but in the meantime, YouTube has a recommended video of mine on your screen. Enjoy the rest of your day.